What's up, Springfield Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com, your home of the Springfield Tigers. Tuesday night, Tigers Table. We're here every Tuesday night. Cannot thank Melissa and Rob and Tiffany and Debbie for all they do for all of us at YSN and all they do for the Springfield Tigers athletic department, no doubt. Special introduction. Proud to be joined by first-year Superintendent Rachael Smith. Rachael, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here tonight.
First year, talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's start with that. How does it work for you? How's the experience been?
So far, it's been absolutely amazing. So I am just so excited to be part of such a community that has such rich tradition and just such long history that I get to be part of that. So I grew up in Poland, so we always definitely saw from afar everything that was going on in Springfield and loved it. But being here and being ingrained in it and starting to get to know the community more, the kids, the staff, the rest of the students, it's been wonderful. They've really embraced me. Change is always hard, and I recognize that.
That has to be. Change is never easy. You said that. And it's a community that accepts things, no doubt. They've accepted Quinn and I, and I love coming here on Tuesday nights because it's a close-knit community. It's a community that cares about athletes, but also cares about the school.
Absolutely.
I talked to you about this. I'm glad to be able to talk. It's a great educational experience at Springfield. Talk about that a little bit.
So I think that sometimes when we say education, we automatically go to the academics. And that's one thing. We are top notch across the state in academics. Honestly, just got our report card last year. We're 4.5 stars out of 5.
Okay.
So we're doing absolutely amazing.
That's fantastic.
The staff has worked wonders with our kids. The kids and the families are working really hard. But part of that educational piece is really looking at the kids as a whole and really addressing whatever their interests are as a whole. So looking at things social emotionally, looking at the academics, the athletics, the extracurricular activities that we have. And the one thing that I was really impressed with pretty quickly on, I was able to attend the spring band concert and also the musical that we put on. And I was fascinated by seeing all the underclassmen that were part of those two things as we were moving up. So I already understood and knew the tradition athletically, but now starting to see that other side of it, it's just as strong. So to be able to really address what any of the kids' interests are, it's really exciting for me to be part of that. We want to grow that as well. So, but again, I think when you're talking educationally, it's about academics, but also all the other stuff.
It's awesome that you say that because, and I get to talk to a lot of students. I've talked to your son. It's a different world that we live in.
It is.
Compared to what we did. It's awesome to hear school is not just in that classroom. And I think that's one of the things that impresses me about Springfield is these kids that I talk to every week are so polished away from a classroom setting to come to a Tigers table, to do interviews on television. Is that something that you take pride in and want to continue with your teachers, with your principals, athletic directors, and those types of things?
So I do, and I obviously, me coming in new, I can't take credit for any of that up to this point. Okay, well, I'm going to take a little bit of credit for it, but I think that just goes to show, again, like I talked about that rich history and all of the traditions that we've carried for so many years, is that we do look at our kids holistically. We look at the kids and we say, okay, we need to prepare them for life outside of high school. So like you said, we've got all of the extracurriculars, everything that makes the high school experience for all of our kids, but then take them out of that. They're great kids. They're great in the community. We get a lot of compliments if they're outside of the community, if they're on a field trip, an overnight, anything like that. People are calling us and saying, your kids were amazing. They're awesome kids. You know, they're very respectful and things like that. So that's very important to us and absolutely want to make sure that we continue that. But I do have to give credit to the staff. I mean, the staff is so amazing with all of our kids in helping to kind of foster all of that. You know, obviously it starts at home, but then we just kind of foster that as well.
It starts at home, no doubt. So talk about that transition, meeting new principals, meeting new teachers. How has that been? It's
been good. I'm not going to say without some stepping back. You feel
Sure.
like sometimes I think what my challenge is just getting to know the Springfield ways.
Okay.
And that takes time.
Yes, it
So I
does.
might walk into a situation and not understand fully what's going on, or maybe what's happened in the past, or who's been connected to who or whatnot. So I need to be able to learn that. But honestly, everybody's been so open to helping me learn that. And that's why I said initially, I mean, everybody's really embraced the change.
Sure.
Again, change is hard, but I think as people are getting to know me and sort of what I stand for, and seeing that I want to be a part of what they already have established here, it's been a good transition.
Well, that's awesome to hear. With Rachael Smith, the superintendent at Springfield High School, or Springfield Schools, I shouldn't say high school, because you take care of all the schooling at Springfield. Springfield Nation, I'm going to tell you this: you have a great one here. I think the world of your family. Let's go there and talk about your family and how they're all doing.
Sure. Family's doing great. For those that may not know, I'm married. I have 3 children that are pretty involved. They were student athletes as well. I have a son that just graduated from Youngstown State University with his master's degree that played on the football team. I have a son that is currently a freshman at Iowa State University playing on the football team, and my daughter's a junior and she plays soccer and runs track. So as a parent, I've been involved on the side of a parent with student athletes. So I'm able to see and really navigate through all of the challenges, because it's not easy.
No, it's not.
Definitely not easy. But then to take my experience as a parent and be able to just kind of help our kids here and sort of help them kind of understand this is not an easy path.
No.
But family's doing good. Everybody's thriving, and they're pretty excited for me to be out here as well.
I'm sure. And shout out to all of them. Cam and Randy, I've had the opportunity to talk to. I think the world of them. Your daughter, the same. Shout out to them and your husband, Randy. Does that help to be a superintendent and have family and go through the day-to-day struggles with your boys and with your daughter? It's not easy.
It's not.
And I ask, like, what's one of my favorite questions to these kids? When the cell phone's not helping you out, when you're not having a good day in school with friends, who you going to? And I think, to me, that's one of the impressive things, that you're able to be mom, to be wife, to be superintendent. But it also has to help you as a superintendent, because daily what kids and families are going through.
I do. And honestly, I do think that it helps. Again, I've seen that side of it. I can talk about it, but I've also experienced it. I've seen, 2 of my kids go through that whole process of getting into college and being a collegiate athlete, but seeing them kind of navigate all of that everything that goes on with being a student athlete. Student obviously is first. So we always preach, grades are important. And that's what I continue to say. I talked to the football team at the beginning of the season, grades in the classroom is first and foremost. Everything else will kind of come. But the football aspect of it is so important for them too, because that is that's their family. They've got their football family, and they need to be able to lean on each other, because as I said, it's not easy.
No.
But I do think that me having gone through that experience as a mom does help in that realm, but helps me as a leader. I think it just brings a lot of compassion to the position, and then a lot of understanding to the position as well.
Well, you're a great leader. You're passionate about this, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're very
really
passionate to be
I love the work
at
that
Springfield.
I do.
And that's the most impressive thing to me. And not a lot of people get the opportunity to work at their jobs that they can say they love. And you do a fantastic job navigating through that in the Springfield school systems. Superintendent, family, football, travel, your daughter playing.
But
those are honestly, long days.
Well, and I honestly, though, I never wake up in the morning and think I have to go to work.
Do this.
Well, and it's never work. It's just what I do, and it's my second home. And I always say I go to school. Like, I never go to work. So it's just part. It's part of who I am at this point. And again, I love the work that I do.
Well, you do great work with Rachael Smith, the superintendent here at Springfield Schools. Proud to have her on. Final question. It's a good football team.
Very good.
And I shouldn't say football team, because I've talked to soccer. I've talked to cheer. It's a good athletic program here at Springfield, and something that takes a lot of time. And you get to spend a lot of time. Bob Beam's one of my best friends. If there's someone more organized than a Bob Beam, I don't know him, because it's not me either, because he is spot on with a lot of things he does, and the coaches that you have at Springfield that I've been able to talk to are fantastic.
Phenomenal.
And a lot of it, to me, Rachel, reiterates some of the things you just talked about. It's not being an AD in a classroom. It's not being a coach on the field. It's these guys do a very good job on a Tuesday night at the Tigers table, on a Friday night after a game, after a soccer match, after a volleyball match. Not a lot of places can say we're fortunate to have staffs that we have athletically, and I put Springfield up there with the best.
Well, and I do too, and I've been this is my 27th year in education. 27th year in education.
So you've seen it all.
I've been around the block a few times, and honestly, there's no one in the area that can top or even try to meet what we're doing out here.
Yeah, the improvements, the facilities, those types of things are phenomenal. Shout out to everyone. Last one, from a YSN standpoint, for you to see what YSN brings to people, brings to your own family when they're able to do it. Now, as superintendent, what does that mean to you to have YSN a part of the Springfield family?
So the thing that really sticks out to me is that you are connecting the whole community. So not everybody can get out to the Tigers table on Tuesday.
But they watch.
Not everybody can get out to the football game on Friday night. Not everybody can get out to see the girls, soccer, volleyball, or whatnot. So to me, it's about connecting the whole community and giving the whole community to have an opportunity to get involved. So again, maybe not sitting here on a Tuesday night or sitting in the stands on Friday, but they're involved and they're feeling part of what we're doing here in Springfield.
Absolutely.
So it's just, we appreciate you coming out here and really showcasing our programming, but our kids. I truly believe this is all about the kids.
It's all about them. If it's not about you, it's not about me. It's not about Coach Guerrero. It's not about it. I love talking to these kids every week because they're kids.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times that gets unnoticed, that kids are going to make mistakes. Kids are going to have a bad game. And these kids do a very good job responding with it. With Rachael Smith, we'll close that up. I cannot thank you enough for all you do for all of us at YSN, at Springfield. You have something special here. I could tell by the smile on your face how proud you are to be a Springfield Tiger. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good week. Hopefully, come on down to the game Friday night. It's going to be at home. It's going to be a good one. Western Reserve, we'll talk with coaches, a very good football team, but I like this football team a lot. They get better every week. I expect things from them. No, they do not quit. But thank you so much
for
joining us, and tell everybody hello, and go Tigers.
I appreciate it. Go Tigers.